So in both cases, whether you're filing from outside of the United States or from within the United States, it's going to take about 2 years most commonly to actually have a conditional green card. But if you're filing from within the United States, you get very meaningful benefits in the first few months.
Okay.
Then, whether you're filing from outside or inside of the United States, the remaining steps in the process are the same. Once you have your conditional green card, you have a 2-year green card. It has all the rights and privileges of a permanent green card. The only condition is the time horizon.
One of the most common questions that I get is my child eligible? So for example, if some student is already on their F1 student status, probably working in a nice university out here, most of the question that parents has is, can the student apply for EB-5 program? Can that be a primary applicant, or does it have to be parent? How does that scenario really goes?
No, the student can absolutely be the primary applicant. So it is not required to be a parent to be an EB-5 investor. We can accept students. The program allows minor investors to proceed with EB-5. So it does not have to be the entire family that decides to move their lives over to the United States. So it really depends on the circumstances of the family. In many cases, it can be beneficial because with a single $800,000 investment, an investor, their spouse, and any children under the age of 21 can all get access to a permanent green card in the United States. So if the whole family does want to move to the United States, that is certainly a benefit, but it is absolutely not required. Many of our investors are students, and very commonly they can actually be minors as well. They can be the primary applicant. Their parents can gift them funds, and the students or the children can be the primary applicant to proceed with EB-5 immigration benefits.
And is there any age criteria or age eligibility for the student to apply for this? Do they have to be 18 plus?
No, you do not have to be 18. You are certainly allowed to be a minor investor. You have to subscribe and file and sign all documentation properly, but being a minor investor is not an issue.
Okay. And the same minor investor can have additional dependents with them? Like, let's suppose they want to add their parents for that matter.
So that's an important question. The primary applicant can include their spouse and their children.
Okay.
If a child is the primary applicant, they cannot then retroactively add their parents at a later point in time. So it is very important to strategically plan who will be the primary applicant. If the parents do intend to move to the United States, in many cases, it may make sense for them to be the primary applicant, so their children are included on their single investment. But if the parents are not really certain they want to move to the United States at all, in many cases, it's more beneficial for the child to be the primary applicant, and the parents need to be comfortable knowing that they will not have any immigration benefits if the child is the primary applicant.
So what are the red flags that parents should watch out for in this case?
So that would be my first red flag. Be aware of the financial considerations. Be cautious of overly optimistic timelines. Be cautious of overly optimistic rates of return. And ultimately, choose the right partners. You know, like any major decision, choosing the right partner is crucial. From your advisor to your immigration attorney to your regional center. An investor family wants to do this once and do it right. And choosing the right partner that has a long track record of experience and success is really crucial to making a successful EB-5 investment. Also, when you make an EB-5 investment, you should be mindful that that sum of money will be invested into a project, most commonly for 5 to 6 years. And while it's invested, it's illiquid. So you'll not have access to that capital to 5 or 6 years. And another financial consideration, the rates of return on EB-5 investments are very, very low. Most commonly, after the deductions and US taxes, the realized rates of return are less than 0.25%. And at CanAm, we really feel our role is to make sure we get you your green card and to protect and return your principal.